Make sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive videos never before seen on YouTube. And don't forget to also check out the memberships on my channel page to join and gain access to perks and see videos early. Make sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell and be notified of new videos. All the support goes to the production of the channel for better content. Now let's get into the video. After learning that Frieza is now heading on his way to planet Namek in search for Dragon Balls, Goku and his friends all left, heading right towards planet Namek, as Goku has a good relationship with the Namekian, as they were the ones that helped him save his friend. So Goku's gonna do everything he can to stop Frieza. Now on his way too, they would have met Vegeta, who would have still been on his conquest to find the Dragon Balls for himself. Vegeta thinks that if he can wish for immortality, then he can definitely stop Frieza and even Kakarot, because he'll be unkillable. Goku and his friends. Now by the way, who would be with Goku during this time? I feel like Raditz would definitely stay behind, and hear me out why. It's because Raditz will want to stay on Earth because he wants to make sure that Earth is safe and Goku asked him to. And the three main people, because of Goku's appetite, they would not have had enough to bring two full-grown Saiyans in that ship. For nearly a couple of weeks, there's no way they would have been able to last that long. So actually, it was Goku, Bulma, Krillin. And Gohan did not come along this time, and Raditz promises that he'll continue training him, as Goku doesn't think that Gohan is ready to go out and do this dangerous mission. Because Goku knows that Frieza is there and he knows how dangerous he is. The reason why Gohan went and Goku accepted it is because Goku was bedbound with all of his bones shattered and broken, so he didn't really have a choice. It was Gohan. He was proud of his son for that. So Raditz will continue training Gohan, and Raditz notices how strong Gohan has actually become. Gohan, by this point, with his potential and the fact that he continues training, Raditz knows that if he can continue training him alongside with Piccolo's help, they think for sure that definitely Gohan can have the potential to outbeat his father, which we all know is not true. But Gohan's potential is insanely busted. He can surpass his father in their eyes, so they continue training him. Gohan will begin survival training, as Piccolo agrees on this with Raditz, as Raditz and Piccolo actually became like respected brothers in a way, as they did respect each other's teachings. Now, there can only be one real teacher. Now, it was mainly between Piccolo. He taught Gohan way better ki control. Raditz taught Gohan how to be a Saiyan and how to basically embrace who he was. Now, Gohan was loving it, as this Gohan in this version has his father around a lot more. So Gohan was actually more open to fighting, and he was actually loving it. As Gohan is still very gentle-hearted, he doesn't want to hurt anybody or cause any harm, but he understands that sometimes you gotta defend yourself against bad people. Goku taught him that. Remember that Goku died and then so on, he disappeared for over a year, came back, and it was just back and forth. Gohan was just basically smothered around by Chi-Chi, but Gohan was very, very lighthearted and gentle. And now having two really high-strung masters has definitely made Gohan a lot more confident within himself. So Gohan would have the classic G that his father had on top of his little sword, as Gohan would survive and go on his own, fighting his Uncle Raditz and basically Uncle Piccolo. Now Gohan's potential would continue to skyrocket, as Gohan by this point, between training, has also made Piccolo and Raditz grow a lot stronger too since then, as Raditz by this point is around 30 to 40,000, Piccolo is around 40 to 45,000, they're roughly similar in strength. Gohan already has a battle power of over 30,000. Gohan is quickly starting to catch up, and he's learning moves almost instantly, as now his class is fighting Piccolo and Raditz at full strength, and he can hold his own pretty well. And on top of this too, they also have sensu beans. Now we know that Korn originally, remember Yajirobe ate most of them, but Korn ran out of his stock. But Goku and his friends did take 2 sensu beans, and Goku purposely left some for Gohan, as he didn't want Gohan to get seriously hurt. He knows how hard Piccolo and Raditz are going to train him. In case Gohan gets hurt, he left 2 sensu beans with them while they're gone. In case Gohan or anything happens on planet Earth as well, they can recover their strength and continue fighting in case something does attack Earth, as Goku doesn't know. So Gohan would have already used one of these sensu beans while he was fighting Raditz and Piccolo at the same time, as they were both teaming on him to put him in a real-life death or life scenario. Gohan was gravely wounded. After eating the sensu bean, he would only grow even stronger, getting that Zenkai buff. I really wish I had the Zenkai gains myself. Cutting back before falling to Namek, Goku and his friends would have then jumped around Namek, running around as they don't want the scouters to pick them up just yet. Goku can sense Frieza, and he senses how powerful he was, but this does make Goku extremely excited. Goku wants to battle Frieza. He wants to give him everything he has, as for the first time in his life, he actually has the Saiyan blood boiling. Think about it. So far in Goku's 25 plus years of living, he's never actually been pushed to his absolute limit and actually fought somebody of near equal strength or maybe even a content with him before. He's always fought people that were under him, and it felt really boring. He was like a Saitama in a way. He was just very bored. This also means that Goku was slacking a little bit on his training. Now, when he was younger, he did train very hard. But now during those 5 years, he barely did really any training at all. And the only actual training that he really learned was from King Kai, as Vegeta and Nappa really made him hyped up to go fight. But other than that, Goku didn't even train that hard either, as King Kai already told him that Goku's power far surpasses Vegeta and Nappa's strength from what he can sense. But just to be wary. So Goku, by this point, for the first time sensing Frieza, he actually is getting very excited. Now, meeting up, Frieza would notice that 5 of his Dragon Balls are missing, and he would then summon the Ginyu Force. This is because Vegeta stole the Dragon Balls, and this is after he fought Zarbon, and he would have still lost when Zarbon transformed. Now remember, Vegeta also killed Dodoria as well, so once when Vegeta was healed back up to full strength, he would then break out, and once when Zarbon would then find Vegeta again, he would easily kill him in their matchup this time, Vegeta getting that Zenkai gains. This is when Goku would then meet Grand Elder Guru once again, and he would then ask him, what can we do to stop Frieza? And he would ask him, because remember, Goku can sense Frieza, and maybe there's a way how he can distract Frieza long enough for the friends to find the Dragon Balls. As remember, Krillin was there. As Krillin can basically fly around at supersonic speed anyway, him and Bulma can just fly around and go look for it. As Krillin can carry Bulma, they can fly around. This is when Bulma does have the Dragon Radar, as she was able to reprogram it following as its Dragon Balls too, and it would sense the magic, and it actually works. So, they notice that there are 5 Dragon Balls hidden nearby in the water. So they would then fly over. This is when Goku would also meet Nail as well, and Goku already knew about Nail, so he's happy to see him again. Now, by this point as well, they would then have the Ginyu Force called, and they would then land. This is when Goku would actually battle the Ginyu Force. All the while, they would have actually found the Dragon Balls, and then this is when Frieza would then arrive. Now, once when Frieza arrives, he then finds the 5 Dragon Balls. Now, Vegeta realizes that he was too late to try and capture the Dragon Balls, as he sensed that Frieza was coming, so he ran away. Frieza would then take them, as he would also call for Captain Ginyu to leave and come help him carry these back to his spaceship. Captain Ginyu would want to stay and fight the Saiyan, but he would decide to leave. As now that him and Frieza left, Goku would then battle the other 4 by himself. Goku would fly in first, as Guldo would try stopping him with his time ability. But Goku would easily overpower it, being way too strong, as he would use his own strength to beat time. Goku would then fly out and decapitate Guldo, killing him Vegeta style. This is when the other 3, Jace, Recoome, and Burter, would then fly in all together, teaming up. Jace and Burter was the better of the team up, as they were literally training to do the team up, being the Blue Hurricane. Now this is when Recoome would then try his Ultra Fighting Bomber technique while they distract him. Goku realizes and sees him wide open. He would then use his own energy to shove those 2 back and deliver a powerful elbow to Recoome, killing him the same way as he did before. This is when he would waste no time, flying in towards Jace, doing a powerful neck chop to him, killing him, then disappearing behind Burter, and then grabbing him, then slamming him down to the ground, and where he would fire a Kamehameha wave, obliterating him, thus killing 4 total members of the Ginyu Force. Now there was only 1 left, as now this is when Captain Ginyu would then sense that their power levels were dropping, as his scouter, as he tried reading out to them, didn't work. He would then fly off, as Frieza was trying to make all the 7 Dragon Balls actually work, but they weren't. He then thinks about it and thinks that there must be the Namekian tongue. That is the only way. But Frieza would then leave to go search. But again, Grand Elder Guru knows about this, so this is when Goku would then go fight Captain Ginyu first. Now Vegeta by this time knows about this, so they would have snuck behind Frieza as he was flying off to go find the Namekian. This is when they would have then taken it, and then they would have taken the Dragon Balls, spreading them apart so Frieza does not have them all. Now while Frieza was out searching for Namekians, most of the Namekians weren't declining. This is when Nail would also sacrifice himself by going to go fight. Now Frieza would have killed Nail, as Nail was distracting him the whole time. They did not make any wish. As you guys remember, they separated the Dragon Balls, and there was no actual need for them to make a wish, they just wanted to help save the Namekians. This is when Goku would have fought Captain Ginyu. Now, they would have had the same standoff, and Captain Ginyu would raise his power level. Now, once when Goku begins powering up, it would then shoot past 180,000 and make his scouter blow up. Captain Ginyu would then laugh as he would then shout the change now technique. But Goku here was far too fast, as Goku would have been able to dodge the attack just barely, and he was able to deliver a powerful punch to Captain Ginyu's chest, punching right through him, killing him. And Goku thought that was really close, he didn't know what that move was. Captain Ginyu would then fall dead. This is when Frieza would finally get a Namekian who would be willing to talk. It was Dende. And then he would throw Dende on the ground, but then he sees that his glorious Dragon Balls, they're gone. Frieza's anger would skyrocket as his purple aura would begin flaring. The entire planet was shaking as Dende would just crawl away to safety. Frieza now has to find these Dragon Balls all over again, until a man would then step up, and it was Goku. Frieza would then wonder, who is he? And wait, he's seen him before. Who is he? Frieza then realizes that this must be the offspring of that one Saiyan that stood up to him all those years ago. This is when Goku then explained who he was, that he was Son Goku. He was a Saiyan raised on planet Earth. Frieza would then scowl, saying that another Saiyan is alive. When will the species die? They're just like a cockroach, they just don't go away. This is when Frieza would then charge up a death beam, telling him to die. Now remember, Frieza's scouter by this point, does he have it? Yes, but Goku's suppressing his power level. This is when he would then fire a death beam, which Goku would then spike his power level so high, it would actually shatter Frieza's scouter. This is when Frieza would then be surprised, thinking that not only did my scouter just explode, he also deflected my death beam. At that range, Goku would then get into a fighting stance, challenging Frieza to a match, saying that he caused all this damage to the Namekians and more, and he will finish him. Frieza would then begin laughing as he would get into a stance himself, saying that you are definitely different than the other Saiyans. This is when Vegeta and all the other people are watching nearby, as Vegeta's not meddling in with all that. Now Vegeta would realize that the little Namekian was there, so Dende has gotten far enough away, Vegeta would try to demand him to tell him about the Dragon Balls and how to work. But Dende states that the only way is for me to make the wish, but we don't need to, I think that Saiyan can stop him. Now Vegeta knows that his plan is foiled, as if he does summon the dragon, would it appear and just ruin everything? He would then tell him to summon it, but will they notice? Which Dende would state yes. So Vegeta would then throw him to the side, as all he has to do now is just sit back and watch, as there's nothing that he can do. This is when Vegeta would then actually hope that Kakarot does kill the Saiyan, because once when he does, and they kill each other, Vegeta can then make his wish. Then he can be the only true apex predator in this entire universe, being number one. This is when Goku and Frieza were then trading blows back and forth. But Goku was very excited. Frieza was the strongest person he's ever fought so far. He was getting his blood pumping. Goku was actually using his real strength that he's never used before. Goku doesn't even know what his limit is either. As continuing to battle Frieza, Goku was easily handling Frieza in his first form. This is when Frieza would then claim that he does have 4 other transformations. This is when he has 3 other transformations, excluding the first one, of course, having his first, second, and third, and then 4th form. This is when Frieza will begin transforming. Frieza would then jump into his second form. His power has almost doubled since that, which would then shock Goku, but then get him excited. The two would then continue fighting, as Goku was still able to match his own. Now Goku by this point was using a little bit more power than before, but it was still very excited. This is when Frieza would then skip the 3rd form, as there's no point, and he would then go into his 4th form. Now Goku was very excited. As Frieza would then charge in, Frieza would then showcase 50% of his full power. Battling Goku, Goku was actually shocked with how strong Frieza was. Now Goku by this point is more powerful than himself as he was in the Namekian arc. Now Goku in the original had a battle power of around 3 million. Goku in this, now mind you, Goku, the last time that Goku had actual serious training was with King Kai, but that was only a few weeks of training. Goku has not really trained super intensely since he was a kid, nor has he had a fight to really push him like how Frieza would in his life. So far, Goku has basically done little training, and his battle power is already stronger than he was on Namek. And he's already able to contend with 50% Frieza in his base form, while Goku before has nearly died multiple times, and he's also trained way intensely in gravity training. So this goes to show you that his potential is just scratching the surface of how high Goku can actually go. Now, once that Goku now has a goal, you will very quickly see how high his potential is going to be shooting up. This is when Goku now for the first time gets a true joy of battle. He would continue battling Frieza, as Frieza began to start overpowering the Saiyan, as Vegeta was shocked with how strong Goku was, but Frieza's strength is just a nightmare. Now this is when Goku would then use the Kaioken technique, but his energy was already too low as Frieza damaged him too much, and the Kaioken technique would just hurt him more, and he realized that. In the burst, he would then use Kaioken times 3, and he would actually get the damage on Frieza, and he would then fire a full power Kamehameha wave, and it would actually nearly kill Frieza if Frieza was not just strong enough. He bumped his power up to 80% just to survive. This is when Frieza would then showcase himself back up, as now the crater was now massive, Goku was basically out of energy. This is when Frieza would then fire death beams hitting Goku, as Goku would then fall to his knee, as then Goku now realized for the first time he actually has a true smile on his face. And Frieza wonders, why is he so happy? And Goku thanks Frieza, as then Goku will begin clenching his fist as he feels a new power surge within him. That for the first time, he can actually use this power. Frieza doesn't know what he's talking about, as Goku would begin to transform. Goku always knew that he had this power within him. It was the Super Saiyan power. Goku actually unlocked this power when he was actually way younger. He even showcased it to King Kai on the King Kai's world. Goku has had Super Saiyans around Goten's age. As why did Goku never use this? It's because when he was a child he couldn't really control the power too much, and it made him really upset. Now Goku never really needed to use the form. Now mind you, he never actually needed to use it until now. As why would he need to? Goku just wanted a thrill. He wanted someone to push him to his limit. This is when Goku would then showcase to Frieza just how strong he actually is. Mind you, this is just Goku with barely little training. He can do this. Goku would then transform into a Super Saiyan. This would shock everybody, mainly Frieza the most. How? He's a Super Saiyan? He's been hiding this power this whole time? This is when Goku would then appear right in front of Frieza and deliver a powerful gut punch right to his stomach, launching Frieza back. Now this is when we're going to be having Frieza trying to do everything he can to attack Goku. He would even get desperate and then charge up a death ball to take the whole planet out with him. But Goku was too fast. He would appear right behind Frieza, delivering a powerful blow to the back of his neck, knocking Frieza into a crater. This is when Goku would then grab Frieza and lift him up, as he would give him one chance to get out of here and never return. Frieza at this point would then try to attack his friends. Goku would have caught his hand and crushed it, as Goku then states that he gave him one chance to change, but I guess he never will. This is when Goku would then charge up a Kamehameha wave in his one single hand, firing right in Frieza's face, which would then completely incinerate the Emperor. Now, how strong is this version of Goku so far? Mind you, this is Goku with very minimal training. For the first time, he actually fought somebody that actually pushed him for the first time. But Goku now has a new fire in his stomach to really start training. And on top of the fact he's on Super Saiyan. Now, in terms of base Goku basically has power levels similar to that of 50% Frieza, so it's around 60 million, which is way stronger than he was in the original, and the fact that he's done little to no training. The only training that actually kind of made him work for like a couple of days was the 10 times gravity training, but he adapted to that within a day or two. Other than that, he hasn't really had any crazy training other than when he was a little kid. On top of the Super Saiyan transformation, Goku by this point, if you do the 60 times 50, that would have his power up to base over 3 billion, meaning that Goku by this point can easily wipe out the two androids, basically Android 17, 18, 19, Android 20, Dr. Gero. He can defeat Android 16, he can definitely defeat Cell. I personally think that he can probably contend and probably overpower second form Cell. Maybe not perfect Cell or super perfect Cell, but already that's insane strength, especially in a short little bit. We're going to get to how strong he really is. This is when Goku, after defeating it, would then leave with his friends. Now before they do this, Dende would make the wish, and Vegeta would not have a choice. He's going to stay quiet during this one. They would then make the wish to bring all the Namekians back that were killed by Frieza. And they don't really need any other wishes. As Vegeta would then scoff and state that he doesn't even care anymore. Even if he was immortal, that Saiyan probably find a way to kill him anyway. They say that that's it for now, Now Goku would then ask him if is it possible that they could actually go back to Earth and be teleported back, which of course Grand Elder Guru personally came out to basically talk to Goku. Now Grand Elder Guru was very sick and he was dying, as Goku would then go to him and thank him for everything that he's done. Grand Elder Guru would then make Dende the next guardian of basically Planet Namek, as he promises Dende and makes him promise that Goku will always be allowed here as he's the savior of the universe. Dende of course says yes, as Dende was now the sole keeper of the Dragon Balls. Once when he passed that power on to Dende, this means that if Grand Elder dies, the Dragon Balls will not disappear. Now this is when Grand Elder Guru would then pass away, thanking Goku and everyone else peacefully. This is when Dende would then make the final wish, as Goku and all of his friends, and even Vegeta. Goku asked Vegeta if he wants to come along. Vegeta doesn't have a choice, as he would then say, whatever, fine. This is when they were all sent back to Earth instantly alongside with the ship. Once when they arrived back, Goku was really excited, as now Gohan was very happy to see his father, alongside with Chi-Chi as well. Now this does change some things. Goku never goes to planet Yardrat, where he never learns the instant transmission technique. So Goku does not have instant transmission anymore. But the Yardrat people were saved though, because the Ginyu Force were going to be heading there to kill them anyway. Now we are going to cut forward to Goku enjoying peaceful time with his wife and his son. Now over a year later, a young man would then appear with purple hair. This was Trunks. Trunks by this point is from the original future timeline, not the what if version. But Trunks knows about the androids who killed all of his friends and even his master Gohan. Trunks would then see that Frieza didn't show up like how he was going to, nor did Goku arrive from space. Something's not adding up. Did going back already change a lot? Trunks would then find Goku near his home as he was training. Goku, ever since fighting Frieza, has actually been training very intensely, as his power level has only spiked massively since then. Same with Piccolo, Raditz, and even Gohan. Since Goku's training around them all the time, they're capitalizing on Goku and Gohan's potential. Now father and son are rising quickly in power. Trunks would then meet up with Goku, and after a brief explanation showcasing Super Saiyan, just like the usual, having a little sparring match, he would then explain to Goku all about the androids, and all about Dr. Gero, when they're going to be appearing, and what date and what time. Now Piccolo is nearby, he could hear this because Namekians have super hearing. They can basically hear across the universe at this point. This is when Trunks would then bid Goku a farewell and that he'll see them then, and he would also tell Goku about the heart virus medicine as well, giving it to Goku in case when Goku starts feeling ill, he can use this medicine to feel better. So, after doing this, this is when Trunks would then leave, and they would have now 3 years to train. Piccolo would then tell Goku to spill the beans, and that they're going to have to tell their friends the right way. And maybe Raditz will say it better. Raditz would then pull everybody together, all the Z fighters, a dozen of them, and tell them all about the androids and that they have 3 years of training. After everybody would then leave, Goku and them would then continue training near Gohan's place, as Raditz has taken residency up there, and Raditz even has a new girlfriend. And her name is Launch. After she was failing to find Tien for so long, as of course this was bad Launch, she would then come across Raditz. And after the two would have a pretty funny exchange, they would then start becoming friends, and then that turns into more and more and more. Now Bulma and Vegeta would start dating like the original, getting married, and then of course having Trunks, just like the original timeline. So Trunks would still be conceived the same way, everything would then go the same. Just Raditz now has a new girlfriend, Launch, and even he's going to be looking at having a kid soon as well, and Trunks was born too. But most of that would pretty much go the exact same, not much else would really change. And during those 3 years, it was still Gohan, Piccolo, and Goku, but this time adding in Raditz. Now Goku by this point would have actually taught Raditz how to turn into a Super Saiyan, and with a lot of trouble, Raditz would be able to learn how to do it. Gohan was able to learn Super Saiyan within a couple of weeks of training. Now Gohan, remember, his potential is being capitalized, so his S-Cell count is even higher, the fact that he's been training since a young age. Gohan was quickly able to learn Super Saiyan very fast, almost like Goten. But now you have 3 Super Saiyans. Now, Vegeta also went out into space as well, and he knew that they turned Super Saiyan because he can sense it. This would then make Vegeta turn into a Super Saiyan himself. So now you have 4 Super Saiyans already. Now, Piccolo, by this point, having another ally like Raditz, who Piccolo can really relate to, because Raditz was bad, but then he turned good. Piccolo would then learn that they need every tool that they can to defeat the androids, because you never know how strong they are. Piccolo would then accept it, as he would then meet up with Kami. This is when Kami understands what Piccolo means by this, and Piccolo and Kami would then fuse, becoming one. This makes Piccolo actually relevant to Goku and the others. Now, this is not a one-time thing. Remember, this is near the very end, when they were actually preparing to go fight the androids. Piccolo would then make the decision to be as strong as he possibly can to go fight the androids. Now, this is when we're going to be having Goku, all the friends arriving. Vegeta was still heading back there. Trunks would then show up as well. So now you technically have 5 Super Saiyans in total, plus 1 Super Namekian. So you have basically 6 super level characters, which is crazy. This is when they're extra prepared. After Dr. Gero and Android 19 would then show up, this is where some changes are going to occur. Goku now being so much stronger. By I mean stronger, I mean ungodly stronger. For the first time, Goku's actually training with motivation, true motivation, to become the strongest that he can potentially be. Goku's base form, he wouldn't even need to turn into a Super Saiyan. Goku would easily crush and destroy Android 19, toying with him the whole time. This power of Goku in base form easily eclipses Super Saiyan Goku originally. But now, when Goku starts fighting Dr. Gero, who would try to absorb his energy, Goku would begin to feel his heart starting to fail him. Now, Goku notices this earlier on, because he was too focused on fighting and trying to push through it. Goku's not in his Super Saiyan form, he's in his base form, which means that he's more level-headed and more calm, and not focused just on fighting and craziness. Goku would then realize it and tell me that they need to leave now. Goku would then, alongside with Yamcha and the others, would then fly full speed back towards Hiroshi's home. Now, they don't need Goku, as even Piccolo and the others easily defeat Dr. Gero, as Dr. Gero does try to escape, but it's too fast, because Trunks is there, plus Gohan, plus Piccolo, and then Vegeta shows up too. Dr. Gero is killed. Now, over time, Bulma would be able to actually find Dr. Gero's lab, and she would then find the 2 androids, plus Android 16 as well. She would also learn of a project called Cell that was actually being worked on, but she would then discard that, as she would then take the 3 androids back to Capsule Corp for safekeeping, as she would then reprogram them entirely, changing their whole outlook to where Goku's not the enemy, but they only look at peace. Now, after reprogramming them fully, changing their database and everything, she would then start them back up. Now, the 2 androids, basically, and all of them, would be pretty much the same mood-wise, as their personalities would not change, but they are way more peaceful now. They're not going to cause chaos or cause problems. They would actually think that Goku and the friends are actually family almost in a way, and that they're heroes. So Bulma changed it like that. Now, the 2 androids are going to go off on their own to go have fun and play around, but just not in the destructive way. Android 16 does not have a goal, as Goku was his only goal. He's an earlier android. Bulma would have actually reprogrammed him to kind of basically be free, but Android 16 would actually decide to then travel around the world to actually protect animals, as this seems like a very good job for him actually, to be more of like a ranger. Even Android 17 was thinking about it too. Now, Android 18 would have actually met Krillin, and she would have already started liking him even faster. But now Cell would have still appeared. Now, once when Cell appears and the 2 androids would have fought Cell, remember, they don't have any data on Cell at all, nor anything else. So they don't know Cell at all. Cell would then trick, as remember Krillin, by the way, was also with Android 18 hanging out. This is when Cell would then appear right in front of Krillin and them. Krillin would then try to fight Cell alongside it with Android 18, but it was no avail. Cell was too strong. Cell would then slap Krillin to the side, nearly killing him, and he would then absorb Android 18. Now, this is when Cell's power and growth would then be notified by everybody. Goku was still recovering. This is when Piccolo and the others would then fly off to go see Cell. Now, Piccolo, even in a Super Namekian form, he is much stronger. He would have been able to defeat Cell and the androids by himself, but this is second form Cell, and he was way too strong. Now, Vegeta did not take the L from Android 18, so he didn't actually train, and he knows about the androids personally, but he didn't actually train and go to the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. So once when Vegeta does actually appear to fight second form Cell, this is when he gets the ass whooping that he got before, like with Android 18. So there's no Super Vegeta, as Vegeta was easily knocked out by Cell, but killed. This is when he would then try to find Android 17, trying to bait him. This is when Android 17 would then appear. Now, before he could, Gohan would then jump in, as Gohan was basically the strongest alongside Raditz. Now, Raditz was similar in strength to Piccolo, being a little bit stronger, as now Raditz would then return Super Saiyan alongside with Gohan, battling second form Cell. Now, Gohan here was actually stronger than they are, and he was actually giving second form Cell a really good fight. But unfortunately, second form Cell was just too strong. He would have then absorbed Android 17, as it was too late and they couldn't save him. Now by this point, Cell would still notify how strong they are, and he would still make the Cell games. Goku would have recovered by this point, and this is when Goku, now with new determination, would then go square Cell up and see how he fares. Mind you, Goku's been training for over 3 years. Goku would then meet up to fight Cell just by himself, as he knows that he can beat him. Cell would then laugh at him, saying that there's no way that he can actually match and defeat him. Now, by the way, so people are wondering, will Android 17 and 18 make Cell stronger, because shouldn't they actually be stronger? Just for what it purposes, they're the exact same, so don't be salty in the comments. So Cell pretty much is around the same strength. Even if the two androids are even stronger, it wouldn't really change. Goku has had 3 years of crazy god level training. So Goku here has now gotten way stronger. Of course, he wasn't untrained like how Frieza was, where he got the golden form instantly. That's not how it works. But he does have most of the potential of everyone around him. Goku would then battle Cell in base form again, being able to actually match Cell pretty well. This is when Cell would then be shocked with how strong Goku was. We can compare this fight to how Vegito handled Buhan. This is exactly how it goes power scaling wise. Goku would then transform into a Super Saiyan, shocking Cell with how strong he was. Goku would easily overpower Cell. Now Goku can sense 2 energies in there. Android 17 and 18 were just absorbed. This is not 11 plus days later. So he knows he can save them. And now Cell was getting desperate, as in Goku would then fire a Kamehameha wave. He would accidentally use too much power and incinerate Cell. Now Cell was still alive because his nucleus was still intact. So Cell would then come back and even get a Zenkai. Goku would then smirk as this was making it more fun. They would then continue fighting, but Cell was still completely outmatched. Goku would then showcase how outmatched he actually was. As Goku would then charge up, his muscles would then bulk up just a little bit, and his hair would then spike up as he would then burst into a Super Saiyan 2. Cell was in utter shock at this power, as Goku's strength was rivaling, even surpassing the Buu Saga levels of power. This is when Cell would then try to jump in and deliver a powerful punch to Goku. He would then miss, as Goku would then deliver a powerful gut punch to Cell. This would then make Cell forcefully spit out both the androids, reverting back to his first form. Goku would then charge up a Kamehameha wave, appearing right in front of Cell, and incinerating the bio android, killing him completely. Now that Cell was completely gone, the 2 androids would then recover and they would thank Goku for what they did. Now, Android 17 would have left with Android 16 to kind of go be like a park ranger in a way, and to go protect the animals. Android 18 would have gotten McCrillin a little bit faster, but it wouldn't really change much. And now that there was peace, this means that Goku never died, he never learned the fusion dance, nor did he ever learn about Super Saiyan 3. But he probably doesn't even need it. This is when Vegeta now has more motivation than ever to try and unlock this new Super Saiyan power, alongside with Raditz and Gohan. But now during the 7 years, there will be much peace until then. And that is it for this. What if you guys think off for watching? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Make sure to get this video to 300 likes. If it gets there, I shall continue on to the next part. But anyway, thank you all so much for the support, and I'll talk to you all later.